fifth stripe, baby. Fifth stripe, 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 fifth stripe,
Alan is destroying this podcast.
Man,
he has blown the mic out at least 3 times. He just broke the mic stand. Can we get a petition going just to get him out of the group here? I mean, I'll sign it. You know,
we'll do a poll on Facebook later.
I'll sign it twice.
We'll do a poll on Facebook.
You know, I'll sign it once Brandon and then once James.
All right, look.
I do that for credit card applications. It's great, you know.
Well, we have technical Berto over here showing ass and reaching across the table. Let's go ahead and get started. First off, welcome everybody to episode 2 of the Fifth Stripe podcast.
This is actually the first official episode since I'm here.
Sorry, this is the first official.
This is the first official podcast. Thank you very much.
First official second episode.
Welcome to episode 2 of the Fifth Stripe podcast.
1?
But welcome to episode 1 of the Fifth Stripe podcast featuring Professor Brandon Wolverine Mullins. So you even got your own special title. How's that? Is that good?
FT.
Featuring.
Well, the title is the first official Fifth Stripe podcast.
The title is, we'd also like to give a shout out to our sponsors today, Saloon Door. As always, give us an awesome place to record and some fine, tasty beverages to get the party going.
I actually need another beer. Coach Ricky.
Also want to give a shout out to JustGeePants.com, providing
top quality, replacing gi pants, always free shipping, 6-month guarantee. Get them while they're hot, kids.
Right there, straight from the horse's mouth.
Yeah.
No rebuttal to that, really?
You just call me a horse?
I said whores. Whores.
That's even worse.
Yeah.
Different subject.
I'll see you on the mat, Oliver.
Also, another big shout out to Third Coast Grappling. They've been doing a lot to help us out here behind the scenes. A lot's happened this week. We got a real bitchin' logo made up by iRule Designs. With the retro theme, I think it's.
Yeah, it was nice. I was impressed. It looked good.
It's to honor Professor Brandon's gray hairs.
Actually, it was honor. Let's just get into it, okay?
The gray hairs.
We'll say the pre-podcast. There was lots of mentions about the name. Nobody mentioned that I created it. Nobody mentioned that. Nobody said it was my idea.
It is a mediocre name, though.
You know, nobody said that.
So you know.
Now the second thing we're going to get into is. Professor Allen's remarks about me and about our super fight.
Whoa, whoa.
No, here are the facts. Here are the facts, okay? Professor Allen cannot make the weight. The truth is, I'm already at Rooster, okay? And I've been at Rooster, and he can't make the weight. Super fight will not happen. He can't make the weight. That's the facts.
You know, I'm probably gonna have to post on.
You post it wherever you want
to Rooster weight, and we're gonna post pictures.
I feel like that's a blog in the making.
There's been pizza. There was pizza here today, and I didn't eat any. Right, Coach Ricky?
I saw
say anything, Coach Ricky. So,
Professor Allen, we were here. We saw you eat. And okay, speaking of, I want to now.
There's fruit and vegetables on it, so you're okay.
Now, speaking of, I'm glad you brought the pizza up because there were jalapenos on it. Now, I want to challenge Coach Ricky Rivas to a spicy hot eating contest. I will crush you. My grandma's from Louisiana.
This will be
I will crush you.
Exclusive podcast.
we don't have a mic for Coach Ricky.
We will be there.
Let's do it.
Wait, what food?
No, we're going to go up to Scoville hotness level.
Okay, what food?
I mean, it doesn't matter.
Straight peppers.
It doesn't matter. Obviously it's gonna be hot. We're gonna the Scoville hotness.
You're gonna drink hot sauce? What are you talking about? You're gonna eat food.
I will do whatever needs to be done.
I feel like you guys should butt plug peppers and butt chug hot sauce. Yeah. I feel like that would be a measure of a man's worth.
Live stream as a
100%.
Oh well, no, we'll do. 100%. We will do.
I want his family to see. I want his people to see.
Let's do this.
I want everybody to see him fail. I want to see it because I'm tired of the remarks about my ability to handle hot food, which I can handle better than anybody at this table right now, and I'll put my money where my mouth is. Let's do it. Let's do the competition.
Okay, I feel
let's make the competition.
I feel the easiest food is wings.
Guys,
let's do it.
Guys,
I'm in.
Look,
100%.
No, let's do soup.
We're gonna
make it burn.
We're gonna get.
I'll
We're
eat
gonna
hot
get the
soup.
setup. We're
I'll
gonna
eat
get
hot
the
soup.
setup. Carried away with all that. We also got to let everybody know we got some social media pages up now. So we got our website, fifthstripepodcast.com.
That's a 5.
That's a 5. The 5th. The 5 TH
Don't spell
representing
that
the
shit out.
H. That's what the TH is for, the H. So, yeah, the 5TH, stripepodcast.com. You can also find us on Facebook under the same name on the Twitter. And do we got an Instagram up yet?
The Twitter.
Who's doing our Instagram?
No, Zach already.
Zach's got it. All right.
You can follow me at JustGeekPants at Instagram.com.
Absolutely. Who is an official proud sponsor of the Fifth Coast?
That's right. I'm pumping out
Podcast.
high-quality
Fifth
Jitsu
Stripe
meals.
Podcast.
One of my pants just actually broke the other day. They ripped.
Were they chinos? Because he can't help there.
Well, no.
Do they have pleats?
never said
Because
they
we
were
discussed this. Brandon, no
Well,
pleats, right?
I mean, chinos, I'll tell you what, I have denied their existence for, my entire life, basically. I recently bought a pair, and they're amazing.
They are amazing.
You know, if you don't have a pair of chinos, they're great.
It makes you appreciate MacGyver more because you're like,
Man.
this dude's out here wearing fucking chinos. But then
know?
you're like, bro, this dude's out here wearing fucking chinos.
Get a good fit, put them on. They're great. You're going to love them. You know?
It's a good place to put your Swiss Army knife
You can do that.
and a paper clip.
100% bubblegum.
Yeah.
Bubblegum wrapper.
Dude, you could free an entire nation.
That's
with
a
that
unit. The
getup.
bubblegum and the wrapper, that's a unit. It's like a toolbox.
They sell that at Lowe's, I think.
Huh?
They sell that at Lowe's together.
What, the chinos?
The bubblegum.
Bubblegum and the paper clip.
You need it.
Chicanos.
The foil in the bubblegum can be used as in like a circuit. He did that many times.
Yeah.
Hey, guys,
Just real quick, guys, that is not somebody peeing. That is somebody filling up some water behind it.
I actually thought it was Coach Ricky back there in the background.
No.
Yeah,
You know,
we got to let you guys know. We're actually
it
recording
is somebody
tonight.
peeing.
We're recording tonight from the secret special back room of Saloon Door.
It's about 36 degrees in here.
Shout out to Coach
That
Ricky.
secret room where they brew the beer at the brewery.
This
Top
is
secret.
This
Top
is
secret.
this is this is the original cryo freeze.
It's
You
freezing
get in
back
here,
here.
drink some beer, get that blood thinned, and get back here and freeze like a fucking popsicle.
So when it comes to cryo freeze, you ever heard that just making a thing of ice water and like a big trash can and jumping in it does
Yeah.
the same thing?
Yeah.
If you have a priest bless it and put a vampire in there, it kills him.
No, but
No, it's true.
But
It's absolutely
seriously,
fucking no. Seriously,
iCryo has
fucking
this,
joking about vampires.
iCryo has this business set up that I'm not trying to say they're a bad business. I have never done it.
What are you trying to say?
What,
Okay,
what
so
Ricky's trying to say,
first-
why don't
look.
you just do this from the backyard with a couple trash
So you're
cans?
trying to say,
No, 'cause
save
it's-
yourself $20.
No,
It's more
Buy
than
some
$20
ice.
if you go to iCry.
So, first of all, Coach Ricky, the hot ice bath is not going to save you from the hot eating challenge. Okay? Now, I've made the challenge. Do you accept?
what is a hot?
Don't
ice
change
bath?
the
Let's do
subject.
this.
Don't change the subject.
The hot challenge.
You're technically the one changing the subject.
The ice bath that you're talking about does not change the fact, and it will not save you from our hot eating contest.
Hey, look.
He wasn't back.
Well, look,
I'm
let's make it a
in.
little more
I'm
challenging.
into the
You eat the
wings.
wings, and after you eat the wings, you gotta go into dump yourself into hot
Why
water.
don't you have to eat the wings inside the ice bath?
No, but it's not ice; it's hot water.
No,
But
no,
that
no, no,
that,
make it work.
that
no, no,
defeats
I'm good
it.
With, I'm good with ice.
Ice
you
bath.
have to keep eating the wings.
Yeah.
I'm down with that. Whatever.
Because you know
Set it
why?
up.
You know why? Your body's gonna
Set it
lie to
up.
you. You can be like, "Man, we're good here. I'm chill. It's
Yeah.
great." And then the next day, your ass is gonna blow out like a fucking worn out tire, bro. It is gonna be
I'm a champion.
horrible.
I'm a champion.
Okay, but hey, no boneless.
In life.
Yeah, no boneless wings.
Those are chicken nuggets.
Oh, okay. So now you want to participate with your stipulations. Is that correct?
Look, you got to get messy.
Affect hotness
Well, maybe. Maybe.
to you?
Hey,
I'm just
You
saying.
tell me it's not hot when
Coach
you bone?
Ricky, you know what I mean? He
It's
throwing
gotta be hot when you
he
bone.
throwing down all
That's what
kinds
I'm
of
saying.
considerations now. I'm just saying, let's have a hot eating contest and see who wins.
You say a hot eating contest?
Yeah,
So the
I'll
food-
eat the
just eat
hot.
hot.
I'll eat all the hot. I'll eat all the
So I
hot.
can just get hot food.
I'm eat all that hot.
like temperature wise.
Coach Ricky gonna be crying and hiccuping, snot coming out of his nose. I'm gonna be like, "What is this food hot? I didn't notice."
No, he's gonna be crying to see you join the thick squad with us, man. He's gonna be like, "Man, finally it's
He's been
happening."
practicing with that curry over at
Coach Ricky about 180
Hey,
right
what
now.
is his Instagram, by the way? Hey, Coach Ricky? Hold on, Professor Brendan, what is it?
It's at Coach
At
underscore
Coach Ricky.
Ricky.
No, it's Coach Ricky Ricardo, I believe.
Take a look.
At
Take a look
Coach-
on your
No,
phone.
change that to
Make
thick
sure.
Rick.
Make it a thick Rick.
Pretend like we're on YouTube. We'll post a link up in the description so you can follow him on the
So
Instagram.
one of the topics, for real, one of the topics I want to talk about today was people who train jiu-jitsu. I'm not talking about white belts. I'm not talking about people who are new to the sport. I'm talking about people who've been training for years, 2, 3, 4 years, and they have absolutely no idea about the basic rules or scoring system in jiu-jitsu. Now beyond that, they also seem to have a very difficult time understanding top and bottom, which to me is a simple concept that you don't even have to train jiu-jitsu to know about. Like, stop training when the person on bottom gets on top. What do you guys think about that?
This is something actually me and Professor Lucas were just talking about this morning, and it's funny, whenever we're talking to an advanced class, we should just say, okay guys, we're doing guard training starting in, I don't know, half guard, right? You start on bottom, you start on top. That should be it.
I have a question. Do you think those are the same people who fucking get to fucking brown belt and then motherfucking sorry, and then like they keep spazzing out. They keep spazzing out.
No, it's you know what
I mean. They don't get it.
Alan's too ridiculous.
Look, it has nothing to do with skill level at all. It's got
not skill. What I mean is it's the mentality. For example, you have guys who
people not paying attention.
No, but that's what I'm saying. So for example, like today in our class,
I'm here to choke people, not score points.
Who cannot see that there's two other guys coming towards them while they're sparring. Like they're just focused on what they need to do, and I'm thinking. It's that they don't recognize.
Okay, so look, I think that's a different problem. I think it afflicts different people. Like, I mean, I've been training a long time, like 20 years, so I can watch the mat and train at the same time.
You started when you were 6?
No.
No.
I understand if people can't do that. I understand if they're only able to focus on the match. I get that. That's not a big deal. I mean, it's hard to.
But some people never get that skill.
Yeah, but I mean, focusing on the match is hard enough. But the people I'm talking about are. Like, these people have to be trying to not learn the basic rule set. I'm not talking about how to score advantages and, like, the very intricate details of the rules. I'm talking about what is a takedown, what is a guard pass.
Advantage, all that shit.
No, just what is a sweep? What is the guard as opposed to not the guard?
Mm-hmm. What does it mean to improve your position?
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
The positional strategy. And the thing that really I think is amazing is it seems like jiu-jitsu is the only sport where this happens. Like, I never met somebody who plays baseball that doesn't know the rules. I never met somebody who plays football that's like, yeah, I don't know the rules. I just hit people. I never encountered that. This seems to only exist in the culture of jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, even if you play, like, pickup games at the park.
They know.
You know, like, not to, I mean, you can foul and shit. There's no ref. But, like, you know what's a hard foul. You know you're not supposed to slap the hand or whatever the fuck basketball player.
Well, I'm thinking it's jiu-jitsu is so complex. So what I mean by that,
but
people
look,
grow up playing basketball. People grow up playing whatever fucking sport they fucking play, right?
Sure.
But jiu-jitsu, some people you can tell, like you're talking about a leg drag, and they're just looking at your foot, you know, right? And
yeah, but it's just, you know, I mean, there's another thing that I think is I don't understand. Like, I'll meet people that tell me they've trained for like 10 years, and there's a very simple test that I give them to see if they're kind of full of shit or not. I simply say, like, what's your favorite technique? This should be an easy question to answer. Like, you ask me, I'm going to say...
I got a question. What is your favorite technique?
Triangle.
Okay.
Bam.
Hey.
Right? And then I might say, well, actually, what position are you talking about? What's my favorite guard pass, or what's my favorite sweep?
I feel like that's kind of key.
Or what's my favorite submission? But I'll get people that come in, they'll tell me, oh, I've been training for this many years. And I'll say, oh, cool, and I'll kind of shoot the shit with them a little bit. And then I'll say, you know, what's your favorite position, or what's your favorite sweep? And they just go, huh? What? And I'm just like, how can you not? I don't see how people can train for so long and pay so little attention to what's actually going on. I get it if you're new, if you're a white belt. It's hard. Everything is new. I'm not talking about those people.
Yeah.
I'm talking about people that have trained consistently for 3, 4, 5 years, and they literally have no idea what is going on.
So what do you think is going on with those people?
I don't know. That's why I'm asking the question.
Do you think it's something with them personality-wise? Do you think it is somebody who's just fucking dumb, right? I mean...
No, I don't think they're dumb. And let me just say this.
I'm just asking questions.
Yeah, no, I mean, let me just say this. I'm happy that anybody who trains jiu-jitsu, I'm happy they train jiu-jitsu. What I don't get is, I mean, in a way, I respect these people because it has to be such a frustrating training situation. You're just training as hard as you can, and then all of a sudden somebody says you lose, and you don't know why, and you got to go back to the end of the line. And so I don't get the mentality of these people training for this long and then just having literally no idea what's going on.
Mind you that we're also yelling the rules prior to
every day.
Every single training we are yelling the specific rules which we should not have to do in advanced classes. However, we do. People still don't know what the fuck they're doing.
I think it's under that same.
Whoa!
I think it's under that same premise though, where like, you know, when you're talking to someone, they're not necessarily sitting there listening to you. They're just waiting for their chance to talk, you know. And I feel like that's how people have the same mentality when they come into training. You know, they're not necessarily there. They're like, okay, I'm going to show up. We're going to warm up. We're going to do some techniques, and I get to live train. You know, so they're Well, yeah. So it's like one of those like I mean, because it also gets into the same premise where you have these guys, like you said, they don't know the point scoring. They don't know. They're not paying attention in line. They're waiting to get down there.
Hang on. Let me be clear too. I'm talking about the most basic thing, like guard pass is 3 points, sweep is 2 points, or takedown is 2 points, and what constitutes these things? What's a guard pass? What is the mount?
Yeah.
I'm not talking about like the very intricate things, like okay, when the guy sweeps in 50-50, who gets the points? Or guys double guard pull, how long can you stay before the referee's going to penalize you? I'm not talking about any of that.
Right, and I think it's because you get these guys that get in that moment, you know, like they're not really. That's, you know, like how I have to tell people, it's like today we're doing positional training, you know, someone's starting in guard, someone's going, I don't think it's that they don't know that the guard pass is what does it. I feel like they get into these scrambles because they're like, I gotta submit, and then they're like, where did I start? What the fuck? What was the beginning? And then, because you ask people, were you on top or bottom? And they're like,
that's a great question. Okay, I cannot understand if someone doesn't understand top or bottom. Like, how can I help?
Well, it's not.
Where do you go from there?
There's some people in the world that, to quote the great Professor Brandon Mullins, your left hand, your left.
So now I'm professor. Okay.
Okay, my bad. To quote Mr. B. Mulls over here.
It's Professor.
Professor B. Mulls.
I was alluding to the fact of the non-professor references earlier.
Well, guys, I think I have some input on this.
Coach Ricky on the mic.
I think.
Is it your Instagram handle?
No.
Oh.
I think that some people, whenever they start football or basketball, they're explaining the rules first. Even a board game, they are explaining the rules first. Right, and even though
Coach Ricky, no, that's not true. As Professor Berto said, we go over the rules
before the
every
round
single
starts.
class before the round starts, and then I say, are there any questions?
Well,
Professor Berto, back me up.
I do the same thing, Professor.
I think that this goes down to.
And again, I'm not trying to hate on the people. What I want to know is, I'm trying to understand the psychology of what's happening.
Yeah, but like Professor Brandon said, this is not something that somebody knew. This is not a white belt or even a blue belt. That's still kind of fishy on.
It's like purple brown belt.
Yeah, you've been training for close to 6-7 years now.
Well, you got to understand a lot of these brown belts or people who have been training a long time. And me and Professor Brandon have had this conversation since I've come into the academy, the school. Man, there's people I've seen this year that I haven't seen since I started, and they've been here for like 2 years, right?
Yeah.
And so we get a group of people who they filter out and they change, and then you get someone who technically replaces them, right?
Yeah, sure.
I had a coach once, he said, hey, you know, we lost this one guy, he moved away, but then we got this guy who replaced him in a sense, right? And
yeah.
I'm a true believer in that, right? So, you know, you get so many people who train 6-7 years, but how long have they really been training, right? I mean, they may come a year consistently, they'll have a vacation with their family and kids, and they don't come back for 7 months.
Yeah.
So I think that's part of it.
Yeah, I also love that. Like, people are like, oh, it's the holidays. Like, man, Christmas and Thanksgiving is one day. Like, I mean, it's 2 days, you know, Christmas and Thanksgiving. People are gone for like 2 months. They're gone for like November and December. And like
Kwanzaa, bro.
Yeah, okay, Kwanzaa.
Hanukkah.
And you ask them like, hey, where you be like, oh, the holidays. I'm like, that was 2 days. You know what?
I converted.
I'll give you 3 days for New Year's.
Yeah.
But where you been the whole time? I know you ain't hanging out with your family the whole time. You get sick of them, you know?
So I have a little story about that. I remember when I was 19, Professor Brandon, he wanted to train on a Sunday, and I was very lucky that
that's a Lord's
as
Day.
18-year-old Professor Brandon asked me to drill with him every Sunday so he could train more. I learned a lot, but
he's so let's be clear. So we still train on Sunday, but apparently Coach Ricky has stopped learning.
Hey,
no. It's still great training. It's just as a 18-year-old, 19-year-old, 21-year-old, I really. I don't want to say I missed out on my Saturday nights, but I didn't get as crazy as some of my peers.
You didn't miss out.
I had to train in the morning, and looking back on it,
I did that
really
too.
Appreciate that.
Yeah.
No, you saved money.
However,
I was happy to do it.
However, there was this one Sunday that it was Mother's Day actually, and Professor Brandon asked me if we were still going to train on Sunday.
We should.
And I said, "It's Mother's Day." And he asked me if I was going to hang out with my mom from 8 a.m. till 10 p.m.
And the answer is no, by the way.
Yeah, the answer
took her to the training.
Hold up.
Right?
You did.
We trained, and it made sense.
Now, okay, let me, Coach Ricky, let me ask you this: did you still have a great Mother's Day?
Yeah, absolutely.
And did you have a good training day as well?
Yeah, absolutely.
So it is possible to do more, or to do at least two things in the same day. Is that correct?
So I got a thing. You know, one of our third coast guys, Ryan, right? He posted something online saying
Ryan McGuire.
Hyan McGuire, right?
Hi,
I am McGuire. So he posted something about how how his life is changing. You know, you have family and all this, right? And I'm a product of that, right? And you have a lot of these older guys, myself. You know, we have kids and we have a family and this and that and all this bullshit. So fucking, it is possible to fucking train consistently for years, having a fucking family, a fucking job, and all this extra bullshit.
No, 100%.
So I don't get it. Hey, am I gonna go against competitors and younger guys? Man, I may get my ass beat some days. Some days I may get upper hand. But at the end of the day, it is what it is, right?
Yeah, but Professor,
the key?
No, okay. Well, the key is just what you're saying. You just keep going. You know what I mean? And you got to be realistic with your results. So you train consistently. You're always there 2, 3, sometimes 4 days a week. You train with everybody. You never like, oh, I don't want to train. You know what I mean? Like. You never say no. You're always training. You give it your best, and sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. That's part of it. But that's how you got to do it. You know, you have to align your goals with your training. So you understand that you're training a couple of times a week. There are people in there that are training like 15 times a week. And you realize that, you know what, okay, they're going to give me a hard time. I can still get out there. I can hang. I can do well. I can still be dangerous, but you're not going to get your feelings hurt if maybe that person passes your guard. And I'm the same way. Yeah. Like, I don't train twice a day, 7 days a week anymore.
And would you say your training has changed? I mean,
yeah, 100%.
Since I've been here. I've been at the school for what, 5 years, 6 years.
Yeah.
And I've seen how you transitioned.
Definitely.
From fucking competing into this new role, right?
Yeah, exactly. And so, I mean, it's hard for me too, you know, like
this rooster weight match that we're going to have.
Dude, that's never going to happen. You can't make the weight. Conversation's over.
Hey guys, I don't want any pizza.
But the deal is.
Keep talking.
No.
How are you gonna stop talking?
The deal is, you know, you have to accept your reality. You know what I mean? Like, if you're training a certain number of times, you have to align your results and your goals with that reality. So, you know, when I was training twice a day, 7 days a week, if I had a bad match, I would get mad because I shouldn't have a bad match because I was training all the time. But now I'm training, 4 times a week. You know, I'm doing other things. If I go in and I have a bad match and somebody passes my guard that I think shouldn't pass my guard, I don't make a big deal about it. I'm like, you know what? It's fine. It's no big deal.
Mentality, you've passed that point, right? Where
well,
you understand that should happen.
Yeah, I also have a lot of experience in the game, and I realize that one bad training session doesn't mean that I suck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm still good. All of the things I did still stand, and I realize that you have good days and you have bad days. You just got to push through all that stuff, and you got to adjust over time. You know what I mean?
I try to tell people that are starting out, especially when they come to me and they tell me that they are like, oh, I feel like I'm not getting better in my training, or I feel like other people are getting better faster, or even newer people are getting better and faster. What I try to always tell them is that you are doing way more than the guy that's just sitting on the couch.
100%.
So however bad you might feel that day in training, maybe everybody wrecked your guard or whatever, but you're doing way more than all those hundreds of thousands of people that live in a delusion where they're never going to have to deal with a physical altercation. And so I just try to keep that in mind so that you may not be the best person in the room, but you're 1 million times better than that guy that's not doing shit at home, you know?
Well, and to add to that too, you got to realize that everyone is getting better together. Yeah. So your relative position in the group doesn't really change that much. It's pretty hard to change your relative position in the group. However, you are getting way better than the people who don't train. And a lot of times you realize how much progress you've made when somebody comes in that hasn't trained. Maybe they come from a different school and you pair up with them and you crush them. You know what I mean? So you're training with your training partners every day. Everyone's getting better. So it's hard to read your progress in that regular group. A lot of times you got to go to the tournament. You got to wait till a new person joins, like a new person gets to the advanced class, or maybe a person drops in from another school. That's when you kind of gauge your success. You know, it's hard to do it with the person that you train with every single day.
No, that's
because they're all getting better.
Do you, and we're talking about jiu-jitsu mentality, right? And me and Professor Brendan have had this discussion before. I think, our mentality when you train jiu-jitsu changes all the time.
Yeah, 100%. Right? Your goals got to change.
So when I first started, I'm thinking, shit, bitch, I'm the shit.
I'm gonna crush you.
That's what everyone thinks, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And I think that when Professor Allen drinks, he talks a lot.
Every training session, I mean, when you were younger,
it is what it is.
Oh, Alan ruined it. No, I mean, the mics are still working, though. It's just our headphones.
Okay.
Yeah, so, when you're younger, I mean, every second of every training session is a chance to prove you're the best. But as you get older, you're kind of like, I'm over that. I'm over I've already proved all this stuff. I know who I am. I'm like Mr. Miyagi now. If I need to fight, I will. If I don't have to, I'm okay with that, you know?
Yeah, and I think, do you think, and I see this every day, I see guys training at times, and I'm like, this dude or this motherfucker is never going to get over this shit, right? And it affects their growth, right? I think it affects their growth. It affects how they're going to, in the long run, it'll affect them whether they're going to continue to train or eventually, phase off.
Yeah, well, a lot of people, they push themselves out of jiu-jitsu by prioritizing winning. They push themselves out of jiu-jitsu. They only want to win the training session. They're not interested in learning, or they're not interested in getting better and the other benefits they get from jiu-jitsu. I mean, everyone gets older, man. Everyone, as we said a minute ago, your goals for training change over time, and you have to be okay with that. You have to embrace that.
And I ask everybody here, talking with us today, I mean, at least for myself, I can see how my game has changed throughout the years, right?
Yeah.
I can see how before, I was all full energy, trying to double leg everybody, and then it came into the whole Berimbolo bullshit and everybody going under, and then now I see myself every day playing fucking half guard.
Oh, dude, half guard is the injury default
position. Because you're getting older.
Well,
you have to adjust. We're not getting. We can't just.
I almost forgot Oliver was here.
My bad.
Alan was talking.
It was a great feeling for a little while.
Talking for like 45 minutes straight.
Jealousy is toxic.
It was a great feeling.
Beer is toxic to you, is what it looks like.
But
sorry, what was Oliver saying?
I don't even know.
Half guard.
It's for old folks.
Continue, Alan.
Old people. Continue on, guys.
No, I'm just asking the questions people want to know, right? I mean, because,
come on, Oliver. Oliver, go ahead and finish your statement.
I'm old. I forgot what I was saying. But I'm pretty sure.
I think you were talking about how your feelings got hurt.
No, I think it involved me wanting to wrap just one of your legs up with my legs.
Wrap it up. Let's do it.
I mean, because I'm old.
I've used half guard plenty when I've been injured.
That's called full mount right there.
That's the default. You don't get stacked. You can protect your knee. You can protect your arm. You protect your shoulder. You protect your neck.
You can rest.
Shout out to Wu-Tang.
So every old guy's got a great half guard, or I said decent half guard. Decent half guard.
Every big guy has a good top half guard.
Every big guy's good on top in general, and then their guard game is garbage.
Hey, I'm a power bottom.
That's not true.
I'm a power bottom. I generate power from the bottom.
There's big guys that have a good guard.
This is a big guy move. You open their guard. You start passing the guard, knee slicing the guard, what do? Immediately try to get to their knees and double, right? Or do...
You know what I love, Professor Berto? You know this. If you're giving a private lesson and you're talking to the person and you're like, hey, you know, like, you need to tell me some things about your jiu-jitsu so I can give you a better lesson. And you might say something like, you know, what's your favorite position? I love when they say, oh, side control top. And I'm like, yeah, duh.
No shit.
Everybody likes side control top. You know what I mean?
North, south, top.
Thanks for the tip, guy.
Right.
You know?
You know what I really like? Tapping people out.
Yeah, exactly.
Can you tell me how to be better after I've already passed the guard and worn them out for 47 minutes?
Nah, man, honestly, the people that I love.
What's your private lesson pet peeve, Professor?
My private lesson pet peeve is
they don't show up.
Just show me something. No, actually, I don't mind because they're not charging. No, just show me something. I'm like, well, what position? How would you like me to help you? Is there anything giving you trouble? No, just show me something.
Yeah, overall, I'm good everywhere, but I just want to.
Like, what do you want? Want me to open my gi, show you my rash guard? What do you want?
Oh shit.
Yeah, no, it's the more specific questions you have whenever you come in there, the more specific answers you're going to get. So,
you know, guys,
well,
oh, go ahead.
I mean, I can, you know, as Professor said, I mean, I can show somebody something at all times. I mean, it doesn't matter who you are, I can show you something. But yeah, I mean, the idea behind the private lesson is you want to, you know, you want to make something very specific for that person.
Polish it up.
Yeah, you want to polish their game up. So just saying, show me something is the best way to get the least out of your money.
So I started doing private lessons with these two kids, and they.
What belt are they?
One is a gray and black belt.
How much do you pay for private lessons?
Oh my god.
That's a bit odd.
But I start.
Aren't you a brown belt?
Asking both of them, pick your best position, pick your worst position.
Pretty sure you got that from me.
top and bottom.
Pretty sure you got that from me.
But I started doing that with adults, and that really it helps.
It does.
Yeah.
That's how Professor Brandon and I bonded our relationship. He walked up, he gave me a smack on the butt, and he's like, "What's your favorite position?"
Yeah.
I said top, and he goes, "No, you're a bottom." So I mean, and here we are today with a podcast.
I don't remember that.
Anyway,
Sounds like that drink I slipped you worked in.
I don't remember that.
Oh, it was the Cosby approach to introductions.
It was right
Cosby
before
Colada.
I passed out.
It was, yeah.
But you know one thing I hate is when you're about to spar someone and you see their fucking hand shaking.
These are the like when you grab them and they're holding on. They're holding on so tight.
Ready for battle.
Oh, the adrenaline pump shake.
I mean, whatever you want to call it, but they're ready to go, right? They're just ready for the bell to sound, like the handshake.
No, I love that
Yeah,
because
adrenaline.
I know they're gonna blow their wad in like 2 minutes,
Yeah.
and then they're gonna be screwed. Like I love that. I mean,
It is true.
it's training with spazzy people. And if you're a spazzy person, I'm not dogging on you. You know what I mean? Like I am not the
But
most.
change yourself.
I don't have the
Change
most
who you
rhythm.
are.
I'm not the most elegant training partner either. But some people are just straight up spazzy. And you know what? In a lot of ways, it's a good way. You have a broken rhythm. It's hard to predict. But you know what? Training with spazzy people, training with white belts, training with people that are crazy, that's the absolute best way to get good for self-defense.
So I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Obviously, you're a high-level black belt, very high-level black belt. World champion? Are we saying world champion?
3 times, get it right.
Fuck, 3 times.
If you want to get technical.
No, that's good. I'm glad it wasn't 4 because I can't count past 3 anyway. Do you find
Pan
it
Am
harder?
champ too.
Do you find it harder rolling with spazzy? I guess lower belts.
No, it's not harder. It's just it's less aesthetically pleasing. You know what I mean? Like you're not going to get a real clean movement on them. It's always going to look ugly.
So the same concepts apply. It's just a little bit more of a struggle to get to them, maybe. Not even a struggle, but a different kind of battle.
Yeah, they're just awkward. You know what I mean? So you can't make the same sort of predictions you can make with a trained person. A trained person, you kind of know. I mean, if you do this, they're going to do that. You have a pretty good idea of what they're going to do because they're going to be moving in a trained way. So untrained people are not going to move in those ways. So you have to be really, really, really like basic. You know what I mean? You got to just you can't you shouldn't put a white belt in spider guard. You know what I mean? You should just blast them with a scissor sweep or an arm lock or something or a bump sweep.
Flying go.
Yeah, you got to keep it basic, man.
When I'm training with somebody that's really like spazzy,
keep it basic, right?
all I'm doing is there's no setup on my behalf. It's like they're gonna fall into something. So
100%.
Yeah, so I'm just being patient, trying to. If I'm on bottom, I'm being active with my guard, and then eventually they're literally gonna just fall on their knees into a triangle.
Yeah, you wait for them to put them in a submission.
Your setups won't work because they won't react the way that you're expecting them to. So it's much easier to just, withhold the barrage and then smash them whenever they give it to you.
That background music was brought to you by Open Mic Night here at Saloon Door Brewery.
As Dizzle.
Excellent crowd, excellent beers. You guys should check it out.
It literally is.
This has been a very fun conversation, but I feel like there's some stuff that we need to talk about that we really need to discuss.
Let's get into it.
We had the fucking Houston Open this weekend.
Let's get weird.
The largest IBJJF
Gracie Baja, Texas,
here
2019 Houston Open.
10 times.
Champions.
Professor,
10
guys,
times.
how many times has the Houston Open been around?
Hey,
how many years?
Hey, hang on.
10 years. How many?
I have
how
a
many years
question.
has Gracie Baja won
What's
it?
that other team that won the Houston Open that one time?
Oh, it was Gracie Baja.
Oh, never. We always win it.
Oh yeah, but I mean, other than
Pow.
other than 1 through 8, which
Pow.
Gracie Baja won, they won 10, but also 9.
But also nice.
So all of them.
Let's do the math. That's all of them.
Quick
That's all of
maths.
them.
Quick maths.
A little bit of maths.
Without commenting too hard on what happened at the Houston Open, me and Austin were speaking, and we were saying that what happened was a lot like a game of Risk, right? So let's say a group of kids get together and they play this game of Risk every single week on the same day. But you know what? This one kid, goddammit, always fucking wins.
Every time.
That's me.
Yeah, fuck
So
that
then,
kid.
what happened?
I'm that kid, by the way.
The other kids before we got.
I will crush you at Risk, Austin. We'll do it live on the podcast.
The other kids before they got to.
I'll take Australia,
house,
then Asia. You're fucked.
before they got to that kid's house, they were like, you know what? Let's all gang up against that guy. He always wins. We're sick of him winning. You know what? Let's not tell him, but let's all pull together.
Professor Berto, I'm smelling what you're stepping in. I think I know what you're talking about.
Well, and let's be
What you're
clear.
talking
Hang on.
about
Let's be clear.
Is
that
when
that always
everybody was
wins
against Germany, right?
Yeah,
This was when everybody was
yes,
against Germany.
Exactly. You got what I'm
Right.
You got what I'm laying down.
And then the Klingons, we'll talk about that
Wipe
later.
them clean.
Absolutely.
Wipe them clean.
No, it was
Absolutely.
the Romulans.
The Romulans.
You got it all twisted. It was the Romulans.
Okay. Well, anyway, congratulations.
Everyone's always talking shit about the Klingons. But the Romulans, they were the real ones starting shit, man.
Congratulations to the Romulans. 10 years in a row.
Yeah. I don't know who to congratulate at this point, Professor.
Are we talking about Star Trek? I thought.
I don't know. We got lost.
Did we
I'm
transition?
starstruck right now.
I thought we were transitioning.
Anyway, so big shout out to Gracie Baja for 10 consecutive Houston Open championship titles.
So if the phaser has stun and kill, are there any other phases in between that?
There are. There's one called Boogie, and it makes them dance. it's the Boogie setting.
I never seen that on the episode.
No,
that should be.
They saved that. That's
on the private collector.
That's for
if it's
for
not a
behind
setting,
the
it definitely
doors.
should be. I'll tell you
It's
that.
for behind the doors. You don't go
Set
behind those.
phasers to Boogie.
And then someone starts just jamming out and shaking ass.
That sounded
Probably
like a
Berto.
Lionel Richie song.
Is it me you're looking for?
Best.
All right. Hey, did any of you guys get to watch the UFC this weekend?
I almost brought my brother a cooking board that was engraved with Lionel Richie, and it said, hello, is it me you're cooking for?
Oh, that's terrific.
That's beautiful.
So
I got him a Princess
You said
Bride
almost,
one
right?
instead.
You said almost?
Yeah, I got him the Princess Bride one.
Oh, what'd that one say?
I kind of forget, but it was hilarious.
Oh,
It
that's
had
I believe it.
it had Inigo Montoya on it.
Oh,
but
I'm assuming it was something along the
yeah,
lines
it
of
said like
the father's
something
spiel.
about a burger, prepare to fry, stuff
Oh,
like that.
man, yeah.
Kind of forget. It was good.
You should tell them to send us a picture.
If you haven't seen Princess Bride, check it out.
If you haven't seen Princess Bride, just reassess what you're doing with your life.
What do you mean? All right.
We're losing one of the greats, Mr. Austin Weber.
Austin
here.
Weber.
We're gonna miss you, buddy.
Out of here.
He got all our.
Thanks for the pizza, Austin. That was great.
Yes, thank you
That's
for
a good
dinner.
call.
Thank you for dinner. Thank you, Saloon Door.
Thanks, Saloon Door.
Via Austin Weber.
I'm just kidding. I paid for that. I didn't. That was a joke.
If my accountant's listening right now,
Prank call.
that was an Austin purchase.
We did not spend $23.99 on 2 large pizzas.
Yeah, we'll get Zach in on this. All right. So did any of you guys get to watch UFC this weekend?
I did not.
Nah.
You didn't.
I caught the last couple of matches, the Usman versus Woodley.
Yeah.
Basically, it's wrestling.
I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. I caught the YouTube highlights because I'm not paying $60 or whatever it is. For
Man, I haven't watched
anymore.
the full UFC in I don't know how long.
We'll get you a Fire Stick. We'll get one going. It's free.
I'm not a criminal.
You're not a criminal.
You know, I know that you're an illegal immigrant in this country, but I'm not
I
a
am
criminal.
100% legal.
Can I see your green card?
You absolutely can.
Let's see it.
Right now?
Yeah, right now.
Are you asking me to whip it out?
Like it ain't green.
Pull it out.
All right, hold on. Let me get this hand in the butt.
I want to see it. I never seen a green card before.
I kind of feel like if I show it to you, you're going to be stealing my identity.
Yeah.
Do you actually carry it with you all the time?
I have to carry it with me, bro. I hang outside of Home Depot Sunday mornings
How
and
are
watch
you
everybody
not
else
a
get
citizen?
fucked with. What? It's
Been here for fucking ever.
I know I've been here forever, man. It's really in there. Obviously, I don't ask for it a lot.
Damn.
I know, you're telling me, man. Yeah, no, it's see, that's why
Oliver P. Long. What is your middle name?
Oh
Oliver?
man,
I
honestly,
always forget your name, your last name.
So I know, dude. Honestly,
Always.
I would tell you my middle name, but it's a part of the intro.
It's P for
one of my
penis.
cards. No, so do you, here, little backup. My middle name is. You ready? My middle
penis.
name is Peter. Which,
Yeah, what did I say?
So close enough.
I was right.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. Growing up as a child, that was
was
a real
right.
fun one to fucking deal with. My name is Oliver. In England, it didn't mean a thing. Like Peter's not a big deal, right? So no, the
Yeah,
funny
okay,
thing is.
let me ask you this.
Yeah, no,
Well,
wait for it.
let me
Wait
say
for it.
this.
No, it gets better. It gets better. So my dad's name's Peter Long, right? So here we are.
Long Peter.
He didn't
No.
get enough abuse.
No.
Like, let me stop myself.
But no, it's
all this
No,
fucking-
because he
it's
said
not called. It's not called a Peter in England.
London.
It's not. Yeah, like Willie Nelson, they call a dick a Willie. So you don't hear too many dudes named Willie in England. So Peter is not called a dick in England, right? So we move here. My middle name's Peter. My dad's first name's Peter. You know what he goes by now? Pete. How many douchebags fucking like shorten their middle name, you know? Like I can't be like, yo, my name's Oliver Pete Long. So this motherfucker stuck me with Peter for the rest of my life. Plus side, if I ever went into the adult film industry, I would use my original name, O. Peter Long. That is the best, like, God-given fucking porn name ever.
I think you first told me that joke when we first met, like fucking 6-7 years ago. I still think it's funny.
Yeah, no, but the funny thing is, you call it a joke. That was a pickup line, but here we are.
No,
So.
first of all, the best porn name is Buck Naked. Okay,
Buck
so
Naked.
I mean, yours is
Jesus,
the
man.
second best. I'll give you that, but
Thanks,
it's
I
not the
appreciate
best.
it. Honestly, I feel like that's the best compliment you have and will ever give me.
Probably.
Actually, the day I earned that fifth stripe. Will
Well,
be
what
the
I was going to
best.
say is
The
the problems
best
you had as a child being bullied. Was it about your name being Peter, or was it about your chubby exterior?
My chubby. I wasn't
mean,
a chubby
I
child.
mean-
I was very athletic.
I don't believe that.
I was very athletic.
I do not
I played
believe that.
basketball.
I'm going
I
to
played
need some
baseball.
photographic documentation.
I played field hockey. Polo.
Women-
not in the pool. This
First
isn't
of all,
that water
Oliver,
ball shit.
women play field hockey.
Which is the one where you scrape the fucking ice and the motherfucker.
Just be clear.
That's called living
field
in
hockey.
Wisconsin.
Curl.
Field hockey is a women's Olympic sport.
Dude, I read
Yeah.
something like
Just to be clear.
Yeah.
Hispanics to do curling because them hoes would wreck that shit.
Hell yeah, Consuelo will fucking kill that shit.
What?
She gets out there. She's like, "Are you ready?" She's like, "Oh, we need more pledge.
So you pick up your feet.
We need more lemon pledge.
we need more lemon pledge."
What?
You need a coat? Fuck that.
What is the what? I don't get the joke there about the Hispanics and curling.
Apparently, the Hispanic culture is known for being very, very good at cleaning
okay,
things.
man.
No, so
Piso mojado.
the Hispanic team will be just two old ladies, right? One's gonna have
Pick up your feet.
one's gonna have a lemon pledge,
Yeah.
right? And the other one's just gonna be scrubbing.
No, but hang on.
It's not even a broom.
Now, if we're-
She's just
hang
on her
if we're
knees the
talking
whole way
about,
down, though.
hang on. If we're talking about South America, Central America, they're not going to have a mop. They're going to have a stick with a rag on it.
call it a trapeador.
But that's the thing. Like
the official
this.
translation.
Okay, so I've been to Costa Rica. I've been to Brazil. You know what I mean? I've been all
Cuba has that shit too.
Cuba. Okay, and I don't understand why these. And I've literally seen.
make that shit.
Hang on. I've literally seen this happen. I've seen a person using a stick on a rag on a
it's like a
stick.
T. It's
Hang
like a
on, hang on. I've seen them using a stick to push a rag around. Someone has offered them a mop, and they have literally like turned up their nose at them like, "Oh my God, what are you doing?"
Fucking peasant.
Exactly, and they continue to use the stick and the rag
You know why though?
And I just don't get it.
Have you ever used a stick in the rag?
I haven't, so I really can't say that it's superior.
I think
it just doesn't seem like it.
I think what the reason is, it's easier to clean. You push that fucking stick around, then you're like, and then when the rag's done, you're like, you pick up the rag, you throw it down, you throw another fucking rag down.
You just
ever cleaned a mop? You ever cleaned a mop?
Yeah, you put it in the washer.
What? You throw a mop in the washing machine?
You disconnect the mop head from the mop stick and you put it in there.
The washing machine? What kind of heathen are you? Where were you fucking raised?
I think
America.
people just like what they're familiar with.
But so would that be legal in a curling environment? Could they use the rag on the stick?
Well, but no. Curling is like brushing, so it doesn't have to do with mopping. You're talking about she's like cleaning like a backyard.
Well, what I'm talking about is you're saying Hispanic people would dominate the curling world. What I'm saying is, okay, what I'm saying is, would they be able to make the transition from rag to stick to curling brush effectively?
Look, I'm going to be honest.
Let's not generalize.
I think. Look, I'm going to be honest with you.
I'm not generalizing. I'm asking.
Look, most people.
I'm asking. What are y'all's thoughts on the ability of them to transition? That's what I'm asking.
Here's the ability to push a stick forward and backwards. I think it would transfer very well.
My thing is, you don't start your kid off mopping. You start them off,
but like speed's an issue. Though.
So you say those skills.
The old ladies may not have the speed.
They got that muscle memory,
but it doesn't matter. It's like old man strength of curling. Like sometimes shit just works.
Like a shake weight.
Yeah, like a shake weight.
Like a shake weight.
Or like you're cheering for your favorite team. That's good.
So now I want to talk about what if I had brought up the fact that I would say, man, I think Hispanic women would dominate curling. How would that conversation go if I had brought it up?
I think it would have went well.
Well, consider, bro, this is radio. People can't see, so we're just gonna tell people Ricky is white as fuck.
Yeah.
So Ricky is actually Irish. He's got red hair, and his last name's O'Houlihan. So yeah, that was very questionable.
Look,
Ricky.
Professor Brandon's name is actually pronounced Brandon Mullins. Brandon Mullins. He's actually from the lower part of Colombia.
He's from the Dirty Teach.
Look,
Tijuana.
I am happy to say that if the race war comes, I am happy to say I will vouch for all of you and say, I will say, hey, I'll say Coach Ricky, Professor Berto, Professor Allen. I'll say, hey, those guys are white. No, hang on. They're from Spain. They're from Chile. They're white, man. Like, leave them alone, you know? But I want the same thing. You got to, if the race war comes and the Hispanics are winning, you got to say, hey, oh, Professor Brandon. No, he's from Chile, man.
He's cool. He's one of us.
He's from Argentina. You guys got to back me up, too, so it works both ways.
You're from Spain. You're from Europe.
Bam, exactly.
You do look Spanish.
So, I'm happy to help you guys out, but you got to help me, too.
So you're not happy to help out. You're happy to trade services.
Well, I mean, it's what friends do.
Touche.
Friends help out.
Touche.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'd be like, he's pretty good. Put him a curl. You'll see how good he is.
No, ask him to eat a hot one.
I'm like, give him a stick and a rag.
I'll kill it.
Put some Cholula on that motherfucker.
I'll dominate it.
Man.
So, I've been watching some videos recently about potential end of the world things, right? And there seems to be a lot. So
there's always a lot.
Yeah, exactly.
Machines.
But I think it would be cool.
Terminator, bro.
I think that an end of the world situation is a cool excuse.
Say what?
Is a cool excuse for somebody to build an underground bunker.
Quick thing.
If they had the funds.
Quick thing. If there's an end of the world zombie apocalypse, I told my family members,
dude,
I'm living. Because first thing you do when you go into a community, you got to kill some motherfucker. Right? Because you need to show someone.
Now, hang on.
Are you applying prison rules to zombie apocalypse? Walk in there, find the biggest.
I want to tell a quick story here. Hang on.
You go walk straight up to him and you kill him.
If I can have the mic for a moment, I want to tell a quick story here about Professor Allen.
Something real quick before your story.
Okay, go ahead.
I think a zombie apocalypse is an end of the world situation. There's still life.
It could be.
No, but there's still life.
No, we'll beat the zombies. We'll beat them.
Let's go.
Eventually, we'll beat them.
Yeah, eventually you can overcome the zombies, but let's say like.
Bro, nature's gonna defeat them. They're gonna decompose, bro.
Fucking bullshit. Like if I'm in a community and the first guy, I'm shanking him quickly.
Okay, so that's a great point you made, and it leads me into the story about Professor Allen here. So, he came from a different school as a purple belt, and he's a great example of how to integrate into a new school.
We already discussed this.
Exactly. I watched the fucking
on episode 0.5.
I was actually live streaming.
Yeah,
he listened to it on iTunes or our website.
I watched the audio go up and down as I listened to it.
Beautiful.
So so he came in, and we even though he thought I was a dickhead when he first met me.
I tried to heel hook him, by the way,
which he didn't, by the way. He didn't do that. I escaped.
All right, let's go.
Because he didn't make weight.
So, we started talking, and I don't know how we get on the topic of zombies and stuff like that, but I remember him telling me very specifically, we were talking about it, and he goes, I've already talked to my wife about this, and we've already agreed on it, that if there is like a zombie type situation, she knows. Give me. His son was a baby at the time. Give me the baby. She's gonna die, and I will take our son, and we will survive. And she's okay with that. And I was like, damn, like that's hardcore.
That's
man.
a hardcore fucking prenup.
Like,
that is the best prenup ever.
I'm gonna give you an example.
Yeah. Break it down for us, Professor. Break it down. Break it down.
Holding the mic.
Let's say.
Keep breaking things.
Let's say.
Arm drag, wrist lock.
So
Coach Ricky's wrist exploded.
Break it down.
Let's say there was that fucking movie. What was it? I don't know. They were in a fucking hut.
Zombie movie 2.
Yeah, they were in a hut. Husband's in there with the baby and the wife. Zombie comes in, coming through the window, and he's gonna bite the shit out of this bitch. And she looks at him like, "Help me." There's no way in hell I'm gonna help her. I'm out of this, right? She needs to understand that the only way that kid's gonna survive is with me.
You know what? I think you're right too. I think that, and it's great that you're all on board.
I think she says that, but at the moment, I'm still going based on what she told me. I'm out of it.
Well, you know what? I mean, I think you're right. You're not all gonna make it out alive. Somebody's gonna die.
We'll die, or we live, and you're just a Scooby snack.
Yeah,
Hey,
that's cold-blooded.
Damn, son.
Just a secondary follow-up question here. Does your wife listen to the podcast?
No, she doesn't. That's why I'm speaking freely.
We'll send her the link later.
I'll put you on the spot right here.
Me on the spot.
Right, your boy. Wait, I'll get to you. So if you were in that little hut, zombies coming through the window, let's say you only had one baby at the time, and she has the baby, are you going to be like, hey, give me the fucking baby, I'm faster than you, and these zombies are fast, right? They can run.
These are like World War Z zombies?
I think it was the movie, I don't remember what movie it was. It was 28 Days Later, Part 2.
Oh,
So they were fast.
29 days.
Fucking fast.
The second half of the movie.
Oh, okay.
Thanks, Coach.
It's like split in
Anyways,
two.
So would you be like, give me the fucking baby, you're gonna die, or because they came in through the hut and they started like getting on top of her. There's no way in hell I'm gonna try and fucking. If they're already on her, they got her.
I mean, I'm not gonna be like.
Man up,
I'm not gonna be like, hey,
Truth.
chuck me this kid. Wait here. I'll be back when the zombies come.
Right.
When the zombies come,
No,
tell them I'm sorry I missed
Professor Roberto, why do you refuse to bring me a beer when you bring in everyone else?
I'll tell you what's gonna happen if it got to the point where we were overrun by zombies. So
I did ask you.
Hey, Professor Brendan. He's
did ask
trying
you.
to avoid the answer. She's probably listening to the podcast, so I need a real answer.
no, my real answer is I'm gonna shoot the fuck out of him as much as I can.
There's no gun.
Oh, bull-
You're in a hut.
obviously you're not in my fucking house, bro.
We're not. He's not in his house. I'm talking. I'm
A hut.
The scenario.
A hut.
Okay, no, I
A
like
mud hut.
up now.
I,
A mud hut.
I like this situation where you're like, you don't have guns, but you found your way into a hut, bro. I live halfway between Galveston and Houston. Like, there is not a place around here where I'm gonna be like hut bound.
Let's answer the question. Okay?
Do you love your wife or your child more? It's a simple question, Oliver.
Question. Would
Very
you take
simple.
the child and leave her to be a Scooby snack, or would you fucking die, try to survive? and you all die?
Would you let your whole family die?
Look,
Why do you just assume that they would all die?
Because
Yeah.
they would.
Because they're fast. They're faster than
Yeah,
all.
we're not talking about slow walkers here.
but this is what I'm thinking of. Like, what makes you think that just because I take a baby, we're both gonna
Ladies and
survive? Do I
gentlemen,
look like the type
he
of dude
really
that
wants
runs?
to run, but he's just not answering the question.
Or, hey, you know what? You could sacrifice yourself, Twist, if you want to. Is that the answer? Sacrifice yourself?
But you're like.
I mean, I can.
you're like
Me and my
setting
wife
up-
can make another baby. Me and my baby can't make another wife.
So you're going to sacrifice your baby? Is that what you just said? Is
did
that what I
not say
heard?
that.
That's what I heard.
I did not say
So,
that.
but also, zombies would not run fast.
Thank you.
It's a virus.
Well, it
No.
depends.
Now you're
So
well,
rabies?
hang on.
Very
It's a movie.
It depends.
From the movie.
They might.
from the
We didn't really specify fast walk or slow walk.
No, he did. He said World War
I can
Z.
make it whatever I
like-
want to be. Just answer the question. Would you?
Want to be?
All right, Alan, answer this. If there
She's
were
gonna die.
if there were flying zombies that flew faster than regular zombies and they were on fire and you were in a hut,
She would die.
Would
Well,
you?
hey,
Would
I'm running with the baby.
Would you? Would you or
Hang on.
would you not roll with the spastic white
Professor
belt?
Allen, can I answer this for you? Because I think I know your answer.
Go ahead.
He would use his wife as a buffer between him and a flying zombie.
Of course.
Mount the flying zombie and get the fuck out of there.
God damn, you know me. I'm out of here.
Look,
Right? Am I right?
Give me a beer.
Am I right?
I kind of feel like we should end the podcast on that, but people, we need like 8 more. That was the best answer.
We'll end it when you answer the question. So what
Okay.
would you do? You're in the hut. She has the baby. Zombies come in. They're about to get her. You take the baby from her.
Yes.
Now, she's been bitten.
Wait, my,
Well, no,
my wife or the baby?
Your wife.
They're already coming
Wife's
in.
been
and
bitten.
Pretty much,
She's been bitten.
She's a goner.
Now,
Wait.
she is not a zombie. She has
So-
been bitten.
Wait, so now we've moved into the situation.
Yeah.
Bro, your family just got attacked by zombies. What do you do? Well, I'm gonna sit there. I'm gonna be like,
If you help, you're
Okay,
gonna die.
let me ask you this.
And then I
is
would
this
take
how
off.
long it's going to take you to think about the situation when you're really there? Because then you're all going to die.
Hey, I have a good question for y'all talking about zombies. If let's say you're at your home by yourself.
Yeah.
You don't have
are you
any-
sure we're not in a fucking hut?
We're not in a hut.
will
We're
live.
not. We're not
I
in a
will
hut.
live.
So you're at home. You're by yourself. You see the news thing come on,
Okay.
saying zombies are out. It's a real thing.
Okay.
Then news cuts off. Right.
Okay.
You have no weapons in your house.
Yes, I do.
I do.
This is the scenario.
Professor Brandon is a weapon.
You have no weapons in
Thank
your house.
you.
What is the first place you are going to stock up and like kind of like have it as your first kind of like safe place?
I'm getting
bathroom.
shit in my
What-
house, get
what-
in the car, and I'm driving.
But what building are you going to
I'm gonna-
first?
I'm gonna drive
You're
far.
You're gonna
I
drive
gotta
fucking
drive far.
ever.
I gotta drive-
But what is it? But you're not answering the question. What
answering.
building
He's
are you looking?
he's obviously going to the
I'm gonna
gas
go
station
a
to fill up
store
on gas to
nowhere
drive.
near the city. It's going to be in the country.
What kind of store?
Well, it's going to be obviously like a Walgreens.
You're
or some
gonna go to
bullshit.
Walgreens. Walgreens doesn't have any guns.
I'm giving you an example. I don't
but
need
you
a
could
gun.
put- you
I'm
could
gonna
put
kill someone
shampoo on the
who will have a
ground.
gun.
Walgreens is a poor choice, man.
Y'all are
That's-
missing this.
Yeah.
Pawn shop.
They have gates.
No food there, Bert. No food.
Pawn shop.
There's no
You need
food there.
food before
No, you got to go. You got to go to Walmart because they have guns,
But you know,
food,
everyone's gonna go
clothes.
But the thing is, pawn shops.
Everyone's gonna go there. You gotta
see,
drive
see,
out of the
here's
city.
No, see, look. To me, a pawn shop is like
No
well
food,
enclosed.
no food.
They have a cage. Normally, they
I
have
can
like
already tell you guys are all going to die.
normally they have like well cage protected like places, and there's
Oliver's in
tons
the
of
hut.
tons of guns, tons of knives,
Oliver's
tons of
gone.
tools.
Yeah, he's still thinking about it, and
Yeah.
they're chewing on it.
Oliver's dead.
Once you get
Okay, so look,
Oliver's still trying to
Professor
figure out
Bert,
how the
look,
fuck you got in a hut.
So there's two.
Like,
All right,
did
make
you
it a
pick me?
house.
Did you pick me up and you're like, hey, do you want to
You
go
want
hutting?
pizza?
Do you want to
You
go
want
hutting?
pizza?
Yeah.
Let's go to a
He's
hut.
like, let's go. Yeah. Do you want to go to the hut? And I'm like, oh,
Oliver
Pizza
doesn't
Hut. I
answer
want some
the
food.
question.
Is it a Pizza Hut?
well, the question has answered itself, Professor Allen. We know the answer.
Yeah.
I mean, we know what's going on. You know, and
We know.
You know, back to Professor Berto's question. I mean, so I mean, there's two.
Walmart's cool, but
well, hang on.
everyone's going for Walmart.
I get that, but there's two options there. So when the broadcast ends, yeah, you can bug out right now, which everyone is doing, or you can hunker down for about 2 weeks.
Hurricane style.
That's right,
I would-
exactly. You hunker down for about 2 weeks.
You gotta stock up on shit.
Well, or you're looting the people who are leaving. You go to their house. I mean, the zombies aren't going into houses and eating the food and taking the guns.
No, you're good about the food, but
Right.
I would want some weapons. That's why my thought.
I got
immediately went
weapons.
to pawn shop.
I got weapons.
Fucking
Think about
melee.
it. Think about it. In a mass shooting, you know,
I got like 13 samurai swords in my house.
So people who have passed away, you know, I'm sorry that, you know, mass shootings or any crime.
You need a
The
long-range
best thing
gun,
to
Professor. You
do,
need something long
the
range,
best
Professor.
thing to do is
I got
to
guns
sit back
too.
And
I'm an
sometimes
American.
It's better just to hang out and hide out, right?
Well, you got that 2 week window. You got to let the carnage happen and kind of settle and kind of equilibrium establish.
This
You
goes
know.
back to me having a bunker. Everyone on this podcast is invited. This is talking about race wars again, though. Like everyone on the podcast would be invited if you had a bunker. And I think an end of the world situation is a good excuse.
Yeah, but you don't have a bunker.
No, but it'd be cool to have one. Right? I'm just fantasizing about having a bunker.
Oh.
Well, yeah. I mean, obviously, it would be better to have a bunker than not to have a bunker. But that's not a realistic situation.
I would hang out, survive, go to a community, see who's the badass, take him out.
Well, okay. So first of all, I think the correct answer to the question was I would come to Saloon Door. You know,
I would.
They
I
have
would.
the beer.
I would come to Saloon Door. I'd have a nice beer. I would get on the internet before it shut down and order me some nice gi pants from Just Gi Pants. They're survival pants at this point. Now justsurvivalpants.com. I feel like you should get into that. /survival.
So that
you should do a survival
so that
sale.
means you're
welcome.
You left her to die because you ran out of the hut, so you're alive.
It's because she didn't have the fucking gi pants on. She wasn't as mobile as I was.
Professor Brandon.
Yes, sir.
Professor Allen is saying like he'd survive and all this stuff. But realistically, he'd get tired in the first minute.
Well, that's a great. Oh, Coach Ricky, that is an amazing point. Point number two. Point number two. When he's trying to wrist lock these zombies, they're going to be biting him in the fucking neck.
Hey. So we teach the little kids how to double leg at Gracie Baja.
Yes.
By zombie.
Yeah.
Like we come with them. We come at them with our hands forward. They slap the hands up, double leg. So,
Coach Ricky, to be honest, I cannot hear anything you're saying. I'm just thinking about the comment that you made earlier about him getting tired in the first minute of the zombie apocalypse.
That was good.
And like, it's so accurate. The statement is so accurate. I need a second to let it sink in.
It's so accurate, and I'm still dangerous. That says a lot.
You know,
agree to disagree. There you go. So, yeah, we teach the little kids how to double leg.
Zombie Gari.
Yeah, by saying we're a zombie. But if you had a zombie that was walking at you in a room,
yeah,
I think double leg would actually kind of be a bad idea.
No, so what you want to do? So the zombie's arms are straight out. Let's say we're talking about a classic zombie. You know what I mean? His arms are like straight out, kind of Frankenstein style.
Walking slower than you.
Yeah, walking slower than me. So eventually, those arms are going to hit you in the shoulders. That's when you want to do that kung fu move to the arm drag. You want to get behind them, or you pull them right by and you just keep going.
Professor.
Yeah.
Bizone.
Oh, I mean, of course, it's Bizone, you know what I mean? And just so you know, all the listeners out there, if you want to talk about how to defeat mythical creatures, animals, all different kinds of scenarios, I will give you the appropriate jiu-jitsu tactic to defeat those animals or mythical creatures or zombies. I'll break it down. Send your questions in. We'll get them answered.
How do you double leg a centaur?
You got to go for the back legs. It's simple, man. You got to go for the back legs.
How do you get that deep on a centaur?
That's a deep shot.
Man, you got to sidestep. Come on, man. You got to sidestep.
You got to fake the shot first. He reacts.
Because, I mean, let's break it down. If you go for the front legs, I mean, he's got the back legs. He's pushing. He's got his arms to deal with you. I mean, you're going nowhere. You got to get the back legs. You got to drive him to the hip, right? His back hip, and then it's over.
I'm trying to think of other mythical creatures.
Was that satyr? The satyr, the half goat, half person?
Centaur.
No, satyr. The one that has
the satyr. Yeah.
Like Pan.
Like
Pan.
Mr. Tumnus.
He plays the
Mr.
fife.
Motherfucking Tumnus.
Plays the fife. A flute, yeah.
Whatever.
Fife is a flute. But he plays the little...
So he's got the horns.
Yeah.
He'll buck you.
Yeah, he'll hook him.
Oh, but he's short.
He'll hook. He's got a hoof. You can't get out of there.
How do you
He's got a
hook
good base.
hoof?
He's good.
What do you mean?
There's no heel.
Simple, man. You shoot.
Hoof hook?
You shoot. You shoot.
Hoof hook.
He sprawls. You
It's
pull
like a toe
butterfly. You kick the leg through. You get to the heel hook and
Single
then
leg axe?
yeah, you're done.
I feel like
easy.
next episode we're gonna have a special segment called "Jiu-Jitsu Against Mythological Creatures" with Professor Brandon Mullins.
I'll break it down.
How do you feel? How do you feel you would address Medusa without being able to make eye contact? You can't look. You can't look at her. You're going in blind, and you're 100% feeling your
that's
way
it,
out.
Penn,
Man,
you got to...
Jiu-jitsu's all about feel. Jiu-jitsu's all about feel anyways, man. I don't even need my eyes.
But no. Like you guys start on the opposite end of the room, and you're like, I got to close the distance.
Listen.
I got to do this, but you're not there. How are you going to close the distance
It's
on
like
Medusa?
BJ Penn said on the fucking Tufts. He said it's like two fucking... What was it? Two blind guys in an orgy. You got to feel it out. That's what you got to do.
What are we talking about?
Did you even hear what Oliver said?
Yes,
beforehand?
you can't look. You gotta
What are
look
we-
your
what
eyes
are we
closed.
talking
Medusa's
about
across
here?
the room. She's across the
You
room.
can still look at the feet when you get close. You got to feel it out. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, okay. If she ain't coming towards me, we ain't fighting.
That's true.
You know what I mean? So I'll just back away.
But she is. She's coming.
I'll
she's
just
coming
back
at you
away.
like a snake, bro. Because she's snake.
Then
she's
I'll wait. Then I'll wait.
Do her snakes bite?
Yeah.
I'm sure they do.
I don't-
Are they venomous? We never knew.
That's
I'm
what I
pretty
don't
sure.
know.
I'm pretty sure it's probably written down somewhere.
Well,
Those
okay.
Greeks were
So
pretty-
I mean, okay.
pretty
So
on top of their shit.
if this, okay. So
Let's
this.
say you're starting an over-under clinch.
Well, I wouldn't. Well, okay. So hang on. So if the
She's probably
snake.
got snakes for armpit hairs too, though.
No, that's
So it's
ridiculous.
like, no, dude,
That's
every
ridiculous.
bit of hair,
Hey, that's
every
right.
bit of hair.
If
the
the
carpets match the
snakes
drapes, Medusa?
on her head are venomous, then obviously we can't do over under. because we're just going to get bit up and eat up, and it's no good, right? We're going to have to play some sort of long range guard.
You got to do like a low single
spider guard
down and fucking.
Nah, I think.
What about donkey guard?
No, that's bullshit. I think shooting is a no go because she's gonna sprawl on you. Her head is right there. Again, the snakes are just biting you.
Unless,
you know what I mean,
but
you're gonna have.
She can sprawl.
I'm telling you, you're gonna.
She may not even know how to sprawl.
Come
Wait,
on,
are we
Professor Allen?
Are we
She's
fighting her
Medusa,
under IBJJF rules or is this MMA? Can you push kick?
This is no rules, man.
Rules don't matter.
Can you?
This is no.
So no.
This is on the street.
Valetudo.
There's no rules.
Punch her in the fucking
But
nuts.
still, I'm going to advocate some kind of spider guard, open guard type situation.
Snake guard.
You want to keep her away. You want to keep the distance. You know what I mean?
But you have
now,
to stay connected. Professor.
yeah, well, as far as submissions go,
You want to be far away while staying connected.
I'm going to say, okay, obviously a leg lock is going to be preferred because you're the furthest away you can get.
Heel hook.
So you pull spider guard, right? Of course, we're assuming she's wearing a gi, okay? So
Of course.
you pull spider guard.
What else would she be
right?
wearing?
You pull spider guard. You're gonna lift her, right? Kick the leg through. You're going for some sort of leg lock. If that is not an option, so maybe we're talking about a version of Medusa where she has a snake body, like snake legs, but a human
Bro,
torso.
did you say snake legs? What are snake legs?
Well, just she doesn't have legs.
No, it's
she has a snake.
normal legs. It's normal
What are
legs.
fucking snake
Let's say
legs?
she has she has a torso of a human.
We need to go
right?
back in time to find out what snake legs
But
are.
the legs
Well,
of a snake.
A snake leg is not a leg at all. It's
Snakes aren't venomous.
you know?
And you get the back, you start choking. I'm gonna get bit. I don't care. I'm
if the snakes aren't venomous,
Professor.
then it's like a regular person. You beat it.
I feel like you've watched Golden Child recently, and now you've got like Snake Lady up
Well,
in your dome.
I got it. You got to do the Braulio Estima knee bar from Spider.
I already said that, man.
No, you didn't.
I already said leg lock from the spider guard.
Bro,
Braulio
that's
Estima
just like saying like,
Well,
you got to do
If
jujitsu.
I can finish, what I was going to say is if she had a snake body, right, and the legs weren't available, then I would say spider guard into omoplata, right? That's probably your best bet there. I mean, any sort of choke, the snakes are just going to be eating you up. I would say break the shoulder, walk away.
Remember, the snakes, they strike. They don't chew, right? So even if you get the back from
They
the back,
put the fucking venom in you, Professor
Well, no,
Allen.
we
They don't
know
got to
if they're
chew.
venomous. We don't know if they're venomous.
We've
So you
already
gotta
no,
be a
we already
snake expert
we've
before
already
you-
assumed
I
they
don't know.
were.
Did you see Voldemort Snake kill that motherfucker? He was striking like a lot of times really fast. Like that shit looked scary.
So
Did you see the guy who he fucks with snakes and all this bullshit? And
was
he's
a
sitting
basilisk.
and he's sitting
Basilisk,
down,
my
he's
bad, I'm
sitting
sorry.
down in the fucking jungle in the fucking floor, and he's
Say
sitting
fuck
down-
again.
And this motherfucking snake, it's a rattlesnake. It
In the
kinda-
jungle?
It slithers. I mean, in the forest, whatever. It slithers. It slithers on him, and he can't move. And he can't move because the snakes. So now he needs to move his hand to get the snake's attention, but
Is a snake male or female?
we don't assume.
I don't know.
We don't.
Both.
It could be both, right?
Yes.
We don't know.
It's a Herman.
But that's the worst scenario possible. I'm scared of venomous snakes, man.
So I have just one last question on Medusa because this has really piqued my interest. Is there ever an option to attack the snakes instead of her? To like go at the
Oh, that's so
snakes?
ridiculous. There's going to be like 100 of them on her head. You're just going to grab one? Get the fuck out of here, man.
Yeah, there's no way. No way. No, you lost your privileges.
Hey,
Such a
I'm
ridiculous.
just
That is.
asking.
He lost his
You know what? Hang on. I'm trying to have a serious conversation about using jiu-jitsu in a self-defense situation about Medusa, and you're talking about maybe we should attack the individual snakes.
Yeah.
What is
hold on,
that,
hold on.
man? Get the fuck out of here.
Hold on, Professor. My bad. I didn't mean to suck the seriousness out of that conversation. Hold on. Let me throw it back to you.
I still want to know what he's going to do with the zombies.
He hasn't answered the question.
I'm gonna fucking have Medusa get him with all of her little fucking snakes.
Hey, how about Medusa zombie?
Oh shit!
This was gonna
what
happen.
about live Medusa with zombie snakes?
If Medusa is a zombie, does that mean all her snakes can turn you into a zombie?
We don't know.
Do you think once a year Medusa's head like sheds itself because they're snakes? like she's like, fuck. Does she use Head and Shoulders? Like is she like is it like dandruff shampoo? For
If
snakes?
this conversation continues, I will leave.
Like during the summer.
I'll leave.
Let's continue
my
the
bad.
conversation.
During the summer.
I'll leave.
Shit.
I'll walk out. Maybe it's like dreadlocks. She can't use shampoo.
No, I think what happens is the snakes just get too big and they fall off and they continue their lives.
Do they fuck each other and fuck?
No, they just grow. Grow out of her head.
I think that's probably the best story there.
Are they like lizard tails where we cut one off and it grows back like a hydra? There's like 3 heads sprout from one like a hydra. Jesus.
I just enjoy the fact that Professor Allen gets drunk so fast.
Guys, that,
Almost immediately.
That wheezing is because Professor Allen is tired.
I need my asthma pump. Do you have it? I always give you one.
You need one round off.
Hey, speaking of drinking, what's it?
White belts get tired during the warm-up. Professor Allen gets tired walking up to the school.
Taping his fingers. He's
That's
like,
real.
He didn't even say hello. He's
That's real.
tired.
So what's everybody drinking tonight?
Beer.
Excellent. Your descriptions are eloquent.
Speaking of, can I get another? Can we?
About 5 months ago.
Can we get another round?
That's what I'm having.
Some of that wheat.
So, Professor, if you walk to the bar, they can serve you. However, if you just speak into a microphone, I don't think you'll get too much luck on that beer.
We should give them one.
I'm a featured member of the podcast. I can't leave. What would our listeners?
Out of here.
What would our listeners think?
They would think it was a great episode like the first one.
Oh, Professor. I know that you didn't mean that.
Man.
You know what?
Go and see who are the hosts and who.
You know what? I'm just gonna assume that was the alcohol talking, because I know that you would never say that. I know we've had our differences in the past, and you've put my geese in the dryer on purpose.
But you look so cute.
I know that. But I know, you know what? I think
I want you to have dry geese, Professor.
I think maybe
those geese look like you're.
I
like
can't believe that you meant what you said
for
there.
you, but doesn't know your size.
Professor, do you remember 2015 when you were trying to figure out who dried all your geese?
Oh yeah,
it was Berto. I know who
the
it
great
was.
GB mystery of 2015. No, I remember that. I'm
The
pretty
ghost
sure,
of Gracie Baja, Texas.
I'm pretty sure that was
putting
etched
geese
on
in the
many
dryer
stones.
mysteriously.
If there was a ghost in Gracie Baja, Texas, how would you?
I would describe him as the long lost
I would
Rivas
exercise him.
brother.
You would get him really tired.
You would exercise.
You would get him really tired.
Yeah.
Exercise him. Hey, do some sprawls, Ghost.
Professor Allen's a
Circuit
ghost.
training.
The ghost of Professor Allen.
Can't be. I'm still here.
Maybe the ghost of Professor Allen never gets tired. It's like the opposite.
I tell you what, I got food poisoning one time, and I threw up so violently. I'm pretty sure it was a demon inside me. That's a real story.
Hey, have any of y'all ever shit and thrown up at the same time? I never have, but I've heard stories. I've heard stories of food poisoning so bad that it's coming out of both ends.
I had food poisoning a couple weeks ago where it was coming out of both ends. There were numerous close calls.
High five.
No.
Well, you know what?
High five.
That's
Look,
not a high-fiving moment.
Hang on.
Have you ever been to the point where you're shitting and you're like, I have to vomit, and you've contemplated looking down between your legs?
Yeah, but here, look.
puking on
For
your
me,
junk a little
the
bit.
decision is very clear. Okay, it's always preferable to throw up on yourself as opposed to shit on yourself.
I agree.
I mean, come
Yeah,
on.
no,
I
I
mean,
agree.
who else? Who's gonna pick the other? You know what I
Man,
mean?
but in a moment of panic, Professor, like
Honestly,
they're both coming.
You
out
clinch.
If you want a real answer,
Man,
to
Squeeze your
that,
ass
Okay,
cheeks,
so
man.
we've all been training jiu-jitsu for at least 8 years. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, so, and we all understand that it is inappropriate to fart while you're training.
Yes.
So our anal control is high level.
Yeah.
So to tell me that you've been food poisoned so bad you cannot control yourself, well, that's bullshit.
I feel like
I don't think
That
so.
leads to
That's
other
bullshit.
questions.
no.
I don't think
That's
so.
bullshit.
Quick
You're talking
caveat.
about being ill.
I feel like we just hit on a very good marketing approach for jiu-jitsu
being
that we can also
ill
get you to
does
control your
not-
anal muscles.
Being ill doesn't affect my ability to clinch.
So no disease out there can ever affect your ability to clinch.
Professor
That's what
Brandon's
you're saying.
butthole
I don't
is
think so.
impenetrable.
I don't
Trick
think
is
so.
to look up, put your two legs together, and think of a like a pencil. Right.
I wish you could
two
see
legs,
Professor
but what about
Allen
your
right
third
now. I wish you
leg?
could see
Professor
him
Allen
right
has
now.
a DVD coming out on how to clench your butt.
Hey man.
It's his
You were the
bottom
first
game. He's
person.
gonna do it. He's gonna do a top game video later.
So hey,
How to unclench your opponent's butt.
So hey, I remember there was this one time a new student just signed up. It was a girl, and I was training with her.
Like a real life girl? Like
Yeah.
a real one?
I was training with her, and whenever I was passing, I was in the middle of passing. She must still think like this is super weird. In the middle of passing, I felt like I had to fart, and I was trying to hold it right. I was trying to control, and then in the middle of it,
You just turned it loose.
No, I knew I couldn't, and I tapped, and ran off the mat.
When did this happen?
And I must have been a blue belt, but I remember, I remember I ran.
Control wasn't there.
Ricky tapped to that ass.
Yeah, the control wasn't there yet, but I remember sprinting off.
That's hilarious.
I was initiating a pass, like she was defending.
Probably Margarita.
And no, it wasn't Margarita. It was over under.
Oh, okay.
And then in the middle of it, I just ran, and whenever I came back on the mat, she was like, "Hey, are you okay? What happened?" And I was like, "No, I'm fine." And that was it. Never brought up again. She probably still thinks like something crazy happened.
So, sorry, we just had lovely saloon door.
The beautiful bartender James.
Well,
Babyface James over there looking pretty as hell.
Just had a perm.
He came in here. It's a permanent.
So I will tell y'all a very personal story about the Third Coast grappling event that just happened recently.
Whoa,
so we're talking about.
oh, this is hilarious. I think I know where this is going.
Since we're talking about clinch
Coach
control.
Ricky told me about this. This is hilarious.
Okay, so before I went on stage for my fight at the Third Coast grappling event, I said something to Coach Ricky. I said,
which he passed on to me.
I said, if at any point in the match you see me just get up and walk off stage, it's because I'm about to shit my pants. I had made a
What color gi were you wearing?
blue.
Okay, well,
Yeah, okay, so-
to your defense,
Smarter choice.
Yeah, so I made
you thought about this.
I made a poor lunch decision, right? That came back to bite me as soon as I walked into the venue. And I ran to the bathroom, knocking about 15, 20 people over. And this continued.
No
They
shoes,
should've
no
sprawled.
sandals, fuck it.
This continued. If I would have fought at my scheduled time, it would have been a fucking mess. So I'm just happy that the event ran a little late. I was able to get everything out. My butt was in a very good condition, and I won the fight.
You know, talking about, butts.
Well,
and
you know
fucking
what?
ass clinches
We're happy about
and
that.
Medusa
Like,
and fucking avoiding life questions. We have Third Coast Grappling coming up March 29th, right?
Yeah.
Qualifiers.
So
qualifiers, yeah.
So what can you tell me about that? We got the qualifiers, right? It's a blue and purple belts.
Yes. Let me. So what I can say is it's a qualifying tournament.
Well, it's like a.
That's
It's like two tournaments,
so
right?
we're having a major event in June or July, and so we're having this event to qualify to get at least one or two people on that card. So we're giving let's say the small guy a chance to get on the big card.
It's like an 8-man bracket, right, Professor?
I'm not sure what it is actually.
Is it 8-man or 4-man?
I really don't know.
Is it
I'm not
all
sure.
no gi?
No, I think it's. Actually, I don't know about that, but I know one bracket is blue, one bracket is purple.
So 180s.
It's gonna be a hell of a shit.
Yeah, and it's like 180 and below, 180 and above for both.
So I got a question. When it comes to no gi grappling, how do you guys feel about? Because I feel. How do you guys feel about this whole no gi going to towards the whole heel hook and leg locks, and not a lot of passing and
Man,
the basic jiu-jitsu, right?
You got to have all the jiu-jitsu. You know what I mean? Like, you really do. So, look. If you look at any sort of new technique that came out, this is what happens. There's a time period where people are lagging in their defense. Like, Barambola is like a great example. It kind of came out, it hit the scene hard. Everyone was like, what the fuck is going on? People are
15 minutes in.
People are trying to say we should change the rules. It should be illegal, and all that's bullshit. Anytime somebody comes out with a new technique that is within the rule set, they should be commended for creating something new.
Well, they had that whole setup when 50-50 came around.
Exactly.
Right?
The same argument with 50-50. And anytime somebody comes out with a new type of technique that's within the rule set, they should be commended. They should be congratulated. And then it's the responsibility of the other competitors to catch up with the defense.
Figure it out.
And that's going to happen with leg locks too. So yeah, you have a lot of people coming out and they're really, really hitting these heel hooks very, very intensely. But I can tell you that heel hooks are part of the game, just like everything else. And as soon as people start to kind of incorporate them and really develop the defenses, it's going to be a regular technique, just like anything else.
Professor, correct me if I'm wrong, but
you're wrong.
Before this whole Berimbolo shift came along, it was the whole passing on the feet that was taken over, right? It was all the leg drag, margarita.
Yeah.
People were passing a lot on the feet, and the Berimbolo kind of came out as like a counter to the passing on the feet.
I think
that's a big part of it. I mean, look,
it's counters to counters to counters to counters.
That's right, and there's always going to be trends. So people are going to copy the champions. So who's ever champion when you're a blue belt, you're going to copy them. You know what I mean? And you're just going to steal their game. It's very, very common. So at the time, so like you had Samuel Braga, you had the Mendez brothers, you had these people coming out with the Barambola, and everyone is copying them. And so what happens is Berimbolo. For 2-3 years, everyone is doing this. And then you have other people who are like, you know what, I'm not going to follow the trend, I'm going to go against the grain. And then things start to shift back. You know what I mean? So you're always going to have these kind of fads and these trends, and it's always going to go up and down. Like now, closed guard is coming back to fashion. We saw that in Third Coast, the first event, a lot of closed guard. Passing on the knees is coming back because everyone has been doing open guard, passing on the feet. You know what I mean? So it's just natural. You're going to have this swing of things. It's a very, very things evolve, you know?
Like we talked about during the commentary in Third Coast, you have all these guys going leg locks. You gotta pass low and slow, right? I mean, so what I mean by that is you gotta go either over under, double under. You have to stop that from happening, right? Because these guys want these guys trying to do the leg drag. They want
and a lot of the issues is a lot of times people don't have the training partners they need to prepare for these kind of events. That's a big issue. You know what I mean? Like if you don't have somebody who's constantly throwing these leg locks at you, it's going to catch you off guard when you go to the tournament. It's not that these techniques are super moves. And I think that's the issue that people have is they think these techniques are unbeatable, and that's simply not the case. You know what I mean? What happens is you have a certain group of people who are very, very in-depth in these techniques, and everyone else doesn't have the training partners to replicate that, so they have problems. But, again, people are going to copy the champions. So as soon as these techniques really, really kind of get out into the community, then everybody at every school is going to be doing them, and they're no longer going to be the hot new thing, and they're no longer going to be so elusive. Everyone's going to know, okay, when the guy does this, I do this. When the guy does this, I do that. And so it's more of an issue of there's lag time between the new technique comes out and how to defend. So, of course, people know how to defend knee bars and toe holds and heel hooks, but they're not being exposed to them at the same level that a lot of these people are training at, and so they have an advantage.
It's kind of like the whole ordeal with Keenan and the lapel guards that he comes up with.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
It's just passing in different directions. And
all of those positions are like specialized positions. Yeah. So you need specialized defense to beat them.
You have to have, not only that, you have to have a knowledge of basic jiu-jitsu to get to these advanced positions to be able to transition
and that's
to
where a lot of people are missing, right? I mean, at the end of the day, you stop any jiu-jitsu with basic jiu-jitsu, right?
Yes and no.
So what I mean by that...
Yes and no. I mean, that's true, but it's not true as well.
What I mean by this is, hey, I need to know how to stop the berimbolo, right? True, right? But I can still pass their guard over under. I can still pass their guard double under, right? I can stop the leg locks if I go low and slow, right? I mean...
But again, it comes back to... So it comes back to the training partners. Mm-hmm. If you have somebody at your gym... If we're using the berimbolo as an example, if you have somebody that's really using that all the time, then you can play with it and you can find the best way to beat it. For instance, like what you're talking about, using the fundamentals. One of the best ways to stop the berimbolo is to do a variation on a technical stand-up. You know what I mean? You basically do a technical stand-up to get out of the position and you can finish. Augusto Mendez is like amazing at this, right? But if you don't have those things to train with on a daily basis, it's hard to freestyle those things at the tournament. And I think that's the issue. You know, you have these new techniques come out, and they're not present at every single school. So it's not that these techniques can't be beat. It's that they're a little bit mysterious. And when you encounter them in the moment, you don't always make the right decision. That's the issue.
Well, and that's even like when schools go to introduce like defenses to some of these things, they're only introducing defenses based on what they've already seen.
And also, a lot of times when you introduce a defense, the students don't know the offense.
Right.
So they can't replicate it.
You only know half of what's going on.
Yeah, exactly.
But like it's even like I hate to bring it back to Keenan, but because he has been doing a lot of like lapel innovation and everything, he's not going to release his worm guard video until he's used it very effectively in numerous settings to be able to get him to that position.
Not necessarily. I think there's a value in releasing that stuff. Because then, I mean, if you're confident in your game, you can. I mean, several people have done this. You know what I mean? Marcelo Garcia did this. He put out DVDs of his best shit at the height of his career, and he still just dominated people. Yeah. And the mentality behind that is, I know this material inside and out, And if you want to try to play me in this spot, I'm going to beat you.
Yeah, you don't
like. I've spent more time in this
challenging people.
Yeah, exactly.
To play my game.
100%. Like these are the positions I want to be in. So if you're going to watch my DVD and think you can beat me, that's great. Let's do it. I'm going to crush you because these are my positions.
What's the name of that DVD? I don't.
Huh. Marcelo Garcia DVD?
No, your DVD.
My DVD.
Non-stop jiu-jitsu.
Non-stop jiu-jitsu, son.
Okay.
Pick it up.
All right.
JustKeepPants.com.
Professor Allen has to stop because he gets tired.
Sometimes stopping
That's-
jiu-jitsu.
Sometimes stop.
He's on his game today.
Man,
You know?
Alan,
I'm
step
gonna
up.
hold on to his
Step
wrist.
up.
I'm just not gonna let go.
That's fine. That's fine because he's gonna hold on to your heart and not let go.
You know, but at the end of the day, you have to have the fundamentals, right? You have to.
Well, you got to have the fundamentals, but you got to have specialized knowledge too. Yeah, I mean, you got to have when these new positions come out, you got to have some specialized knowledge as well. A lot of whispering going on here.
We got secrets of the game over here,
Secrets
Professor.
of the game breaking down.
That's right.
Non-stop jiu-jitsu.
Nah, so guys, we're getting close to our 90 minutes that we're trying to keep it contained
So
into.
look,
We got
next podcast next week, you're gonna give us your answer, right, on the zombie thing? Because I need to know, man.
Are you going to sacrifice your child or your wife?
transfers
It's a
into the-
simple question, Oliver.
This transfers into the whole friendship thing, right? Because if Professor Brandon's there and I say, hey, I got your back, I got your motherfucking back.
I got yours.
I need to know. So we'll give you to next Monday.
I'll tell you what.
You need to do.
Episode 100.
I'll tell you this. If it's me, Oliver, and his kid, I'm sacrificing Oliver. I'll take the kid. I'll raise him. I'll do a good job.
There you go.
I'll drop Oliver like a bad habit.
The question is, would he accept it? Which would put you, if he doesn't accept it.
Graduation order. Graduation order. He's got to accept it. Graduation
listen,
order.
guys, I'm very glad you guys were able to join us on this podcast today. This will conclude the entire Fifth Stride podcast.
He needs to go
Thank you.
explain himself.
Oliver, and this is a message to you and all of our listeners.
Oh shit,
Don't take this so seriously.
man!
We're just joking around.
I am so-
having a good
Seriously, my
time.
wife's going down. We're gonna survive.
No,
Me and my kid.
I believe that. Professor Allen was not joking.
I've never heard a more true statement come from a person before in my life until Professor Allen was like, "Yo,
if she survives, chances are she's gonna get sick. Someone's gonna kill
No,
her.
she's gonna get bit, man. You know, she's gonna get bit, and then what are you gonna do? You're gonna keep her chained in the garage? That's not right.
We came into agreement. Zombies coming in the fucking house.
Does the moral level of that change when someone's a zombie? Or
Hey,
not?
check
Like,
it out.
Can you
Yeah,
keep your
I
wi-
mean,
can you keep your alive wife chained in the garage, but when
check
she's a
this out.
zombie,
We
it's
came
like
to an
it's more
agreement.
acceptable.
Zombie comes in. She gives the baby to me. She attacks the fucking zombies.
Yeah,
Because she needs to give me time.
that's a real woman.
There you go.
That's a real woman.
You know what's really gonna happen is the zombie's gonna burst in through the door. She's gonna cut you across your neck and take off running with that kid, and let the zombie just eat
She'll
your
die,
fucking
she'll
dead
die.
body.
She's gonna be like,
I like
later,
that you have
Alan.
no faith in the survival skills of your
fuck
wife. Like, is she not an athlete? She cannot run.
No, it's not that. But I'll kill someone for sure. No problem. Or I can defend myself a lot better than she can.
I don't
Next
know.
question for you. Ask your girlfriend.
I don't know.
Hey,
That thing came
let
out
me
of
tell you
her.
this.
So look, that baby came out of her, didn't come out of you.
But
So
she understands.
whenever that zombie comes through that door, she gonna cut your guts
I don't have a
open,
doubt.
and
I
that
don't have a
zombie's gonna
doubt.
eat your guts.
I don't have a doubt.
As she runs away, she's gonna pet that zombie on the head. And then
I
run
think
away.
Professor Berto makes a fair point. She could be playing you, Alan.
She can.
She
but
could
when-
be totally
but when-
playing
when
you.
Shit comes to fan. I'm gonna grab the kid. I'm gonna kick her into that fucking zombie, and I'm out of there.
Before you know it, there's gonna be that knife.
Wait, you're gonna
across your
kick
neck.
this? You're gonna kick the kid?
If I have to, fuck it. Then after I kick him, I'll grab him. We'll get the fuck out of here. But
so
we're surviving. With that
now-
bullshit, we're gonna call this shit.
I think
Now-
Alan just had to
All right,
lose his
guys.
grandeur
All
about
right,
his
hey.
survival tactics.
All right.
I'm surviving.
Look,
Fuck this.
all right, we're gonna go ahead and wrap this up on that. You guys be sure to tune into Professor Allen's podcast,
I want your fucking answer.
How to Maintain a Happy Marriage and
that.
Survive in a Zombie Apocalypse. Couple of things.
You just all become zombies and you're like a happy zombie.
Happy zombie
Right,
family.
Happy Zombie Family.
that.
It sounds like a fucking TV show. All right, seriously, let's wrap it up though. Special announcements. I guess we have a special podcast that we're going to be doing March 28th here live from Saloon Door. It's the Third Ghost Grappling Championship.
Ghost?
Third
ghosts. There's
Yeah,
three
you can
ghosts.
tell. You can tell.
Third-
He picked.
Third
The
Coast.
wife is running. He's getting killed by the
Shit.
zombie.
Oh, yeah.
He's a ghost.
I gotta
It's
think about
so
what's going on.
special. I haven't even
You
heard
haven't even
about
heard
it.
of it. Third Coast Grappling Championship qualifiers. The weigh-ins are here at Saloon Door. You sons of bitches.
It's not hard.
We are. It is. I mean, it could be.
I wish it
could
was.
be.
It is not haunted.
Then we got
Sons
the
of
best
bitches.
commentary team in on the market.
Professor
Fresh.
Berto and Coach Ricky right here.
Fresh
We
commentary.
all know that's not true.
Professor Allen.
I feel like it depends on how many
Brandon
ridiculous AFs Professor Allen gets on
Don't
him.
worry about that. You enjoy the show.
Per percentage
will.
of beer, Professor Allen says fuck 13 times.
Well, I tell you what. I mean, if you can find two other people who are able to commentate high-level jiu-jitsu, make flat Earth references, and talk about missing people, sign them up. I don't think you can find them.
And,
Who's looking
not
for
out
those
there.
people?
I don't think
Nobody's
you can find
looking for them.
You know,
They don't need to find. They don't need to look for them.
You got-
we got them right here.
we're here.
you guys
we're
are
here.
You guys are a niche market. You guys
don't
have
know, now you
We're
know.
here.
it.
We'll make comments about fights.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, guys. Well, close out. Thanks everybody for listening. This is episode 2.
You can hate. You can play or hate. Fuck it.
Find us on find us on iTunes or on our website, thefifthstripepodcast.com. Thanks everybody.